Yeah.
Yeah, you go!
Who's filming?
You're filming! We're on our way to Col de Monte to film with the Evolv Phantom. We've been wearing it all summer. It's a super boulder shoe, and hopefully it's gonna make us climb harder.
Last time I spoke to some people, there was a metre of snow up there. But it's been 3 days since then, so we're hoping that the cold temps mean better friction, we can climb. Snow.
So up that way.
Yeah, that way straight in, like 2 minutes.
The Phantom has been designed with Evolv athletes Daniel Woods and Paul Robinson and is aimed at the high-end bouldering shoe market.
The Phantom has a stout black color scheme with white highlights on the closing system and on the logo.
Okay, this is like the little warm-up boulder.
All right.
There's some harder stuff. There's like an impossible 7A.
Cool.
There's like a nice little 6B dyno.
Okay.
And then yeah, a bunch of easy stuff.
Evolv have tried to combine stiffness and sensitivity to create a powerful, downturned climbing shoe.
Starting with the sole, the Phantom uses Evolv's Trax SAS rubber with 4.2 millimeters of thickness. It's designed to put friction first, and it's Evolv's stickiest rubber.
The midsole features TPS Plus, a tension power system, and this is designed to keep the downturned shape of the shoe for longer.
That midsole also has an AVT built in. This should allow for extra sensitivity while maintaining support and structure to the shoe and foot.
You're not a big boulder.
Not a big boulder, but the shoe, I don't know, got me excited for bouldering.
Yeah, we bouldered! So we're heading over to where I had that 7C project that I got done, and there's a 7B that's got this like thuggy dyno and then like an erect thing. It comes from right down in the depths of the cave. You do this massive move out to this terrible crimp off this. And then once you've got this, you kind of get out to the erect, you have a little rest, and then you continue up left a bit. But this is the ideal boulder. So you've got slabby bit, toe hook, heel hooks, scrubby moves. It's got everything. This is like, it's not going to be the shoe if I screw this up.
NeoFlex technology is seen on the toe box. This stretches 2 ways, expanding when the toes are flexed and retracting quickly when flattened. This is meant to put less pressure on the toes and helps counteract the amount of rubber on the toe patch.
The toe patch covers most of the front of the shoe, and it's aimed at improving the performance on the toe hooks. Allez. Nice. Nice. Allez.
I had, so left hand I had on quite a nice little edge, and then there's just one flatty up there and you kind of slap for it, and I was about that far beneath it. And I was like, that last move, you know when you feel like the power go out your left hand? I was like, oh no.
There's a dark spine sensitive heel, which combines dark spine midsole with a thinner 2mm rubber outsole for feel and friction.
The closure system uses 6-point single pull design, which can be adjusted and tweaked depending on your foot shape. Ale.
Ale, Mick.
Ce la puoi fare. Dai. Ale. Nice. Nice. Ale. Nice. Go for it.
Hey.
Nice.
Basta!
So we're changing boulders because up there should be some cool traverses. So hopefully I'll find a project for today. Have you done it?
I've done a few of them, yeah.
All right. We'll see.
A synthetic liner should help with shoe stretch, and a variable thickness rand uses areas of thinner rand rubber to reduce pressure point soreness. Thicker rand rubber in high wear areas is aimed at durability.
But the best thing about this shoe, at least for some people, it's that it's vegan friendly. Okay, war paint. So I've been wearing the shoes for the past 2 months, and my street shoe size is a 36, and I had to upgrade by 1 because they're just so downturned, and I never worn such a downturned shoe, and it was painful enough to break in. But I wore it that 3-4 times, and then afterwards it's just molded to my foot, and now they fit like a glove. I've been wearing the shoe a lot while sport climbing, and it's so precise. The toe, just wherever I put it, the rubber sticks, and I can get away with the stiffness of the shoe because I am a lighter climber, and it gives me enough support on single pitch climbs. Okay, so I'm clearly not a boulderer, but I will bring the shoe every time I go bouldering, and if I know that on a sport route there's a toe hook or a heel hook, I'm gonna wear the shoe. And I've never gotten so many compliments on a shoe. Just black and white, sleek design. Thank you, Evolv.
Okay, so opinion time on the Evolv Phantom. Now I want to start off by saying this isn't in any way not a biased review. I love this shoe, so I'm going to try very hard not to babble on about how much I love it and try to explain to you about why I love it. Now I'm a UK 9, 8.5-ish, and this is a UK 8.5. For me, that fit is quite aggressive. My toes are scrunched up into it. The first session I wore these, I thought I've sized it wrongly. It was one of the most painful things. And then something really bizarre happened, because the second time I put it on, it was just like the inner had someone molded to my foot. It felt like a slipper, and it was perfect from then onwards. I'm in love with the toe patch, straight up. There is just so much rubber, it's almost obscene. That is the only bit of non-rubber on this entire shoe. And that means you can just wodge the shoe into various positions, scrub it, and it will stay put as long as you've got the amount of pressure, the correct amount of pressure onto it. The heel fits me well. As you guys know, I've got fairly narrow feet. There's no flappiness, no baggy area. It just works well for what I'm trying to put it into. This is the first time I've used Evolv's SAS Trax rubber, and zero complaints from me. It feels a little bit like stealth rubber, if that helps. Very, very sticky, good friction. Even when it's cold, it seems to work pretty well. Now, durability is important, especially with something this high-end, this expensive. 4.2 millimeters of thickness, and I've been using this pretty extensively over the last 3 months, and I can't see any damage, any holes in it at all. So far, it's stuck up to that well. Indoors, I do think it performs well. Again, little tiny nubbins of foothold, it's good. Slabs, it just isn't its bag. It's not a slab climbing shoe. You really need to be sort of off vertical or overhanging for me. Now, what I'm impressed with is the stiffness they put into the end of this shoe. I do like a shoe that's slightly stiffer, and this allows it to be sensitive and yet put loads of power through into that toe box section. So when the holds get small, I know that all the power is pressing onto them and moving me forwards. The reason I picked that boulder I did earlier, that overhanging thing, is it's quite a technical boulder in terms of footwork. It's got those toe hooks, heels, scrubs, it's got everything. And this shoe is a good shoe for that kind of a problem. Now, for my weight, it doesn't really work as a sport climbing shoe, and that's just because it hasn't got enough support through it. I wouldn't wear this sport climbing necessarily, perhaps on a sort of cavey route maybe, but for me, this is a bouldering baby, and I'm absolutely okay with that. In terms of the closure system, yeah, I mean, it works. I sort of find it a bit faffy. There's a lot going on in that top area. I don't really need it to be that complicated. For me, it just fitted and I put it in and it was all good. And sort of all those sort of little bits of material can get a bit annoying. So I wish that was slightly simpler on this shoe. So in conclusion, has it beaten the Mad Rock drone to the top of my shoe wish list? Yeah, kind of. I'm sorry, Mad Rock. I do love it, but for the kind of bouldering I do around here, this upside down granite stuff, those little nubbins, it just works beautifully. On softer rock, let's say sandstone or some slopey, slabby stuff, I wouldn't take these. And it does have its limitations, of course. This is really a high-end bouldering shoe. So unless you're operating up there in the higher grades, it's just gonna be a bit too much. There's better shoes out there. But if you are a bouldering wad, then, oh man, Phantom, Evolv, nice one.